is actually RIM, which was not the easiest stock to trade today, something I came in with a long position overnight. And what you can see is right on the open was pretty much a nice straight shot down. I eventually got out of my long position when it started holding a below 72.50, was able to re-enter back in at the 71.80 level. You can see this was a very important level on the breakout yesterday, so I was long for that, but really wasn't expecting much more of a move than back to this 72.5, maybe up to 72.80, and so I got flat that, and I actually, when I was having some trouble here, it popped to 73.20 and quickly came back down to 73, and I started a short position. And what happened was right here, I had a stop above 15 cents luckily, and RIM announced that they were going to buy back $2 billion worth of their stock. So the price action after that announcement was made was a little, I don't know, it seemed somewhat irrational. The announcement was made, it popped up almost to 74, which was very clear to me just based on watching the tape that there was news, and then within 60 seconds or so our news service started chirping about what the news was. The tape is always going to tell you there's news out before you actually get that information from the news service. And after popping up to 74, I quickly traded back down to the 73 area. I started building a long position, assuming that it would trend back up. But what happened was there was a huge seller that came in at 73.10, and let me see if I can show you on the 1 minute what that looked like. Maybe if I go to the tick chart. I go right to the chart on this. And so what happened was it went up, it came back down, I started buying in the 20s, bought some more in the teens, and it actually went all the way below 73, and when it popped back up, I figured this was the beginning of a nice trend back up to the high of the day, but a seller just stepped in here, you can see on the tick chart, at 73.10 and just sold and sold and sold, and it went below the whole number, then held a little bit lower, and then after having a hard down move to 72.80, the seller came down to the 73 level. So I again established a short. The 72.80 buyer dropped, but there wasn't much of a down move. It only came off a few pennies. And what you can see is eventually it got back above 73, and now looks like it's making this going to make this move that I was expecting here when I first bought it on this initial pullback. And so it just took someone dumping. I guess somebody had some stock to dump and they figured they'd sell it on the news. But you can see for the last, I don't know, 35 minutes or so, it had a really nice uptrend and is consolidating right around 73.60. And as RIM is wanting to do, it'll drop out 10 cents or so. And if you can pick some up here in the low 50s, eventually when it starts holding, let's say above 73.70, you would look for it to make this move to the 74 area. And that's assuming it decides to act rationally the rest of the day.